It used to be the most economical way to form concrete was using wood, nailing, toe nailing, and unnailing and cleaning. It worked okay, but pretty soon your wood was too twisted or beat up to use. As you will see, there is a better way.
Today I'd like to show you a concrete forming system called PlastiForm that is used daily by hundreds of contractors and government crews throughout the world. PlastiForm uses stakes just like wood. The thing that is different is how you attach it to the stake and to each other.
PlastiForm boards are high-density polyethylene extrusions that make our 2x4s and 2x6s light, flexible, and tough. To make the system completely nailless and to eliminate toe nailing, our 2x4 end connectors are stapled into the end of each board. The boards can then be connected with just a snap to form a smooth seam. And they are pulled apart just as easy. The end connectors can be removed with just a screwdriver to make short pieces and add inserts. Our 2x6 boards also have end connectors, but to help keep them secure, 2 staples are put in each end. Our 2x6 boards are also a full 6 inches wide to give you that added height when you need it. We also have 2x4 and 2x6 end connectors for wood that can be screwed or nailed into short wood pieces. This allows you to use wood to complete your form runs without cutting your PlastiForm boards. Cam lock clamps are equally tough nylon fiberglass with one rounded corner at the base. This allows the clamp to be twisted in and out anywhere along the boards. As the name implies, cam lock clamps are cam-shaped, so they can accommodate a wide range of stakes. Our large cam locks are used for round stakes, which is what we recommend. They can also be used with 3/4 inch rebar. Wood up to 3/4 inch thick may be used. Small cam locks are used for flat iron stakes.
PlastiForm has been around for a while. In fact, it was developed in 1984 by Pat Policki, who holds the patent on the system. Pat is a plastics expert, not a concrete man, but when some workers were pouring his driveway, he was listening to their story. Their story then is the same as we hear today from most of our customers.
So when you were using wood before, how many times you get, how many uses you get out of a piece of wood?
I'll tell you what, for a while there's probably 2 times all we got, because we bought this so many times. You turn on and all the little pieces laying on in the corner back there.
They just twist on you and everything.
Twisted or they cut
Well, it's not that. They cut them up. They cut them if they want a 6 foot. They cut a 60 foot on a 6 foot.
And then it's wasted.
Yeah.
Since lumber now is getting to be outrageous and it doesn't last that long, you buy a 2x6, you might use it 3 times. It twists or warps. If you're lucky, it'll last maybe 3 or 4 times. If you're not lucky, you use it once and it twists on you, it dries out and then it twists. The basics is good. I do believe in the future is finding these new products out and trying them out and making them versatile, making them better to use to get away from wood.
How much in lumber do you think you've saved over the last, in lumber costs, do you think you've saved over the last 2 years?
Well, I figure, over this job alone, I couldn't even tell you, but we'd have replaced all this lumber 6 or 7 times.
In this job alone?
Yeah. So yeah, you pour these pads. Say you bought enough lumber to set up this block.
Right.
It'd set that block, and then it'd set this block, and then it might set the next one. But you'd be buying new lumber because majority of it'd be right.
An unplanned benefit of the forms was quickly realized by any contractor who had done radius work. These boards had some flexibility. No more bender boards.
Whether you're pouring concrete one house at a time or one track of houses at a time, radius work often is necessary and usually more interesting. Add some pizzazz to your bids and put in some curves.
The joint between the, on the backside, you can see where the joint is on the backside of the curve. If you tried to bend a board on this radius and it still has the rake on it, the center raises up. So you couldn't even do this. You have to do this with plywood or with masonite, and it would take a stake every 6 to 8 inches. One man set this thing up. One man set this thing up in about 30 minutes without any help. And we just we put spacers in and tied wires at the top of the stakes. And it's just normal procedure for setting the radius.
It took them, this radius part here, it took one man how long to form it up?
Around a half an hour.
Both sides to stake it and form it?
Yeah, it was.
What would it take with wood and masonite or whatever?
Well, masonite, I'd say you're looking at 2 men for at least an hour.
Of course, not everyone wants to do radius work, so to help keep runs straight in hot areas, we have a couple of solutions.
We can deliver the boards with up to 3 aluminum I-beams installed, though we usually only recommend 1. Or many of our customers use PVC pipe to stiffen the boards when the temperature is hot. Stacking PlastiForm is a basic no-brainer, the same thing a lot of guys do with wood when they need to. Stack them as high as you need or as high as your stakes. And we saw earlier how they can be stacked for radiuses. We did not figure out how to make step forms. One of our customers did and sent us a video along with some pictures of one of their jobs. They swear it just took an hour to set up, and at the end of the day, they had a nice set of stairs. They also showed how they reused their boards for straight work, so there was no waste. I think construction workers are the world's best improvisers. This is an example of how one of our customers resolved their problems with unsmooth corners. Corner pieces are made with two 45-degree cuts and used for a variety of corners. Buy ours or cut your own. The most innovative use of PlastiForm is by Steiner Ramirez A1 Concrete in Merced, California, who sent us this footage. Let's listen to what they did.
Steiner Ramirez A1 Concrete specializes in curb and gutter and sidewalks, and this is basically what we do. As you can see, they're pouring the concrete right now, which is a monolithic pour, curb and gutter and sidewalk all at the same time in the city of San Luis Obispo, California. They require that you pour the curb and gutter and sidewalk all at the same time. We do have a machine to do that, but you have to put, they have water meters in the way. They have drain pipes that comes out from the lots that goes in, which is quite a bit of trouble. So instead of running the machine on it, we use these forms. Basically, I think the idea is real good because of the lumbar warping, especially when you're going around these curves. We did a lot of modification of ourselves. We made these straps for curb and gutter to hold the 6-inch forms together. On the back side, see the cam lock. Approximately, if you've got a bank in the way, I would recommend that you make sure before you start setting these up, you have at least a 6-inch clearance behind your form on the outside for your sidewalk side. Because the cam lock get in the way, you have to watch out, because then you can't set them up, you can't lock the cam lock if it's in the way of the bank. So I would recommend every time you set these up that you do have 6-inch clearance behind the form to work in. There's always all kinds of modifications you can do to use these forms. I thought of this idea because I've known, being in the concrete business, you try to take a shortcut to do things which make you efficient in your work.
PlastiForm can save you money in just a few months in material costs alone, but most of our users also see labor savings.
There's a lot of contractors that are thinking that $3 a foot is ridiculous and they can buy a 2x4 for what a foot? 25 cents or 5 cents?
I haven't bought any in so long, I don't know what they are now. But so, when you buy that 2x4 about 20 different times, and at the end of the job and you throw it out, you have nothing. You pay somebody to let you haul it to the dump. And then, how are you saving money?
So that's 20 times. How many times?
The initial investment, there's a large initial investment. Maybe you
bought a little bit at a time.
Yeah,
right?
I just bought a little at a time. And as I see that I'm making profit, instead of buying more lumber, I buy more form. The way I figured it, if something, on the basis that the plastic forms never have to be replaced, as far as we know, as far as anybody knows.
Well, you know.
But on the basis that they're not like lumber. Look at how many jobs I've got out of them as opposed to how few I'd have got out of lumber.
How many jobs did you get out of them?
I work every day. Every day. At the least, I'm setting forms every other day. At the least. Because you can't just pour every day. So at the least I'm setting forms every other day. And I do that all year long. And
how many feet have you got of these PlastiForms now?
Probably 2,000, a little over 2,000. Probably close to 2,500. Well, but I just, if I get onto a job like this job here is bigger, I get some more. Because you're continuously trying to expand the business. You don't never say, well, I'm going to get smaller and throw out all these iron stakes and this 2 wheelbarrows. You're always expanding. And I've got, like I told him, I've got 4 $5 an hour men will set forms in the place of $20 an hour form setters.
Oh, is that right?
That's right. That's money,
what's the
that's
reason
paying
for that?
For forms right there.
Foreman on the job. He said they're working pretty good. They're holding pretty good. They say they're working pretty good. They're holding the first time we held them on. How are those forms working all right?
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah. They're holding all right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about these forms? Oh, they're pretty good. We all like them. We all like them because they're easier. They're a lot easier to set up and a lot faster and a lot straighter. We get pretty good straight lines. And, a lot easier to strip too.
Stripping, yeah.
They're pretty good. All the guys seem to like them.
Better than wood?
Yeah, it's a lot better than wood. A lot faster setting them up. You don't use no nails or nothing. Those clips are pretty great. Pretty good.
How long have you been using them for?
We've been using them for 2 years, 2.5 years, and seem to like them pretty good.
Is that edge just like a 2x4 would, or?
Yeah.
Huh?
Better because it doesn't hang up on planters and stuff. You know, your 2x4s.
That is easy to strip. That is easy to form, and they stay together pretty good.
Your ends don't come apart. You don't have to toenail the ends.
I guess they're lighter than wood?
Oh, yeah, they're lighter. The weight, you say?
Yeah, the weight, yeah.
You know, like 2x4, the more that you can carry, probably this, 5, 6 at a time.
Yeah.
With this one, you can carry 10.
Really?
With no problem.
You mean one guy moving them around, laying them out?
Yeah, just get out of the truck, maybe 10, with no problem. Yeah.
You take a half-ton pickup, and you could carry so many forms, you'd be over height.
Well, I had 3,000 feet on a little rack on a Datsun truck, and it was like nothing.
Yeah, you can't tell her up to
3,000 feet? Yeah.
A lot of bulk. But there's no weight.
And then, two guys can kick, or, one guy can carry a 160-foot bundle.
The two guys, you send 2 guys down there and they get 2 or 3 2x4s, or they each get 1 2x4, or you can send them down there and they can get as many plastic ones as they can reach around. I don't know if when I'm paying them, I like to see them carrying a whole bunch.
You said you just clean these with your pressure washer. If you
I haven't. I think you can. I don't worry about it.
I just was going to say, I noticed that some of these
get them all
pretty
shiny clean to go get them dirty again. That's wasting money to me. I just throw them down, not big pieces fly off of them, and I set them up again.
What do you throw them down on the ground?
Yeah.
And they just...
The form bends, the concrete doesn't, so it busts it, it all flies off.
One thing, it is better. It is faster. Everything is faster.
It doesn't matter what kind of flat work forming you do, straight runs or radius work, the PlastiForm system can help you set up and take down faster and easier with better results than you can achieve with wood. And remember, PlastiForm lasts.